Hi, I'm Andy from All Pest. Today's subject matter is squirrels. This little fella here can be quite destructive. As cute as he may appear to you, the damage that he can do to a home is pretty serious stuff. Chewing, contamination with droppings and urine are just a couple of the things that these nasty little buggers can do to your house. So what we're going to do today is we're going to sort of walk you through a squirrel exclusion job. This particular job that we're on right now is a little bit of a different species, okay? It's a flying squirrel job. There's some differences. One of the differences is flying squirrels are nocturnal and these guys are diurnal. That means they come out during the day, okay? Flying squirrels are also a great deal smaller, and they don't really fly. They sort of just glide because they have skin flaps in between their hind and fore legs. Okay, so we're going to get started on this and show you how to do it. Let's go.
Hey, just Chris with All Pest. Gonna get up here, we're gonna check out this return up here. Make sure it's tight. We got the big guy out here about, get the 40 out so we can take a look at these high returns. Want to make sure these are sealed up tight. Flying squirrels love to take advantage of these structural defects on the houses. Any little gap you leave, they don't need much to try to get in. So I'm going to get up here, we're going to take a look.
Okay, we have just found a questionable spot up here on a return. Chris found it actually. In the process of sealing up some of the loose spots, some of the soffit material up there is made out of a kind of flimsy plastic material, and it has a habit of buckling and moving, and sometimes the critters can actually push that stuff out of the way. So while Chris was up there sealing some of the holes to tighten it up, he noticed some droppings in the gutter. Right below a pretty good size opening, and then he pounded on that, and sure enough, more droppings rolled out. So we're going to save the spot for now until we complete our inspection phase on this place. This might be a good spot to mount an excluder, possible primary entry hole. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a little video of that for you and go from there.
Hey, what we're doing here is got a decent sized secondary hole up in here. You can kind of see where I can stick my fingers up here. Again, as Andy explained to you, some of this flimsy stuff here tends to bend, fold, warp. What we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of hardware cloth here. I'm going to stuff it in there and we're going to kind of caulk it in place. Get this set up in here a little bit long. We'll trim it off. Keep her nice and neat. We want to make sure we keep everything neat, looking good. Stuff that right up in there. I'm going to do a little bit of caulking here on both sides, kind of help keep it in place. That's a good seal of a secondary.
Okay, here we are. We are at the finishing phase of our flying squirrel exclusion job. We made a choice on this one to go with a fabricated funnel type excluder versus our usual weapon of choice, which is the spring-loaded door excluder. Okay, the idea behind this guy is to funnel them to the entry hole, and at the end you want to leave some barbed tips right there. Okay, the idea behind this one is you want to educate these guys when they leave with a little bit of inflicted pain. This is not home anymore. Don't come back. Okay, but the chief reason why we went with this type of a fabricated excluder versus the spring-loaded type was because there is the possibility of a small bat infestation in here, and bats share the same type of structural vulnerabilities that flying squirrels like to take advantage of. So we're going to go the extra mile here for the customer, maybe vent some bats too. Okay, we've finished up our squirrel exclusion job. Now, a couple things about this type of work you always want to keep in mind. Safety is the most important aspect of any type of squirrel work. This job had a little bit of a higher degree of difficulty than most of them. It required a 40-foot ladder and a 20-foot section with a ridge hook attached to it to get to all those returns up on that roof. Another aspect of this, you got to find the primary entry hole. This one was somewhat of a challenge. We went to the hole that there were droppings around. Wasn't a lot of traffic there, okay? So we checked every possible entry hole. We went to this one and we sealed every secondary hole, okay? So give it a little time. Should be sleeping good here pretty soon. These nocturnal guys can really make a lot of racket.